You are live. Woohoo!
We are live. We are live.
Welcome everybody. So this is episode 27, At Home with the Fishers, starring Chris and Nicola Fisher, RPT. No, that's
Nicola's not got her RPT.
Hey, I've got an RPT as well, no. Nicola and Chris Fisher, RPT, and we have the beards times 16. Times 16. So welcome, Rich. It's great to have you with us.
Yes, good evening, Rich. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Oh,
you're very welcome. So let's see who we've got on today in the chat. We've got the Flaming Turner. We've got Stace Makes, Wayne the Woodturner.
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Stace.
T plus G Making.
Hi, guys.
Who else have we got? Oh, we've got some guy called Steve Twidell as well.
Hello, Stephen.
There once was a turner called Chris who couldn't even see his own fist, but his bowl gouge he takes and turns without any mistakes. Folk think he is taking thee. And we've also got, let's see who else is on here.
That's very funny, Steve.
I'm sure I saw somebody else's name. Oh, we've got Scott, who says he's getting there slowly. That's good news. But unfortunately, he's been watching daytime TV.
Oh, stop
it. Don't, not good news.
Flipping out, you just make yourself feel worse.
We've got Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft.
Hi, Wayne.
So we need to wish Valerie a very happy birthday.
Many happy
Hope
returns.
You've had a great day today.
Valerie.
AH Bespoke, Christina Michael Hesseltine. Sneaks Wall Art. He says, am I in the right place? The beard times 16 sent me. Yes, you are.
Yes.
Claire's Crafty Corner.
Hi, Claire.
Cy Smith.
Hi, Cy.
Make It Soph. Debbie Beardo.
Hi, guys. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Debbie.
Have I got everybody? Mark Shop, Dog Workshop, Pirate. There's lots of names here that I've not come across before. Pyro Arts, Dave the Wood Barber. Hi, Dave. Leona Faye, Jen's Woodworking and things.
Well, a lot of them have come over to catch, obviously, Rich.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Great.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, everyone, for coming over and supporting not only us, but your dear friend Rich, who's joined us. So can I just get something off our chest?
Go on.
100 subscribers, folks. Benchmark.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. That's amazing. So yeah, we're really, really happy, and thank you all so very much for the support.
And it's what I'm quite happy about as well is we've kind of done this podcast without really promoting it. I've just put like the thumbnail every Monday that says who's on the show, but it's just everybody's just supported us and come along, and that's what's been really nice to me, that it's just happened organically. So today I did our custom URL, so we're now youtube.com/c/At Home with the Fishers. So yeah,
so it's almost as bad as Blue Light Turner making shavings.
I know, you can't. You have to go with what your channel name is. But yeah, happy with that. So thank you, everybody.
Anyway, yes, let's get back to our special guest.
Yes, so our special guest today is Rich. Now, Rich was formerly a Brummie. Well, he's still a Brummie, actually.
yeah. There's no hiding.
Yeah. Now lives in Dorset. Now, Dorset for me is T. Lawrence country. Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah.
Close Hill. Yeah, so I've had a few visits there, going around his house and all the different places. So you're also a scout leader.
Yep.
And a maker. So let's start with the first question. And I think following our discussions, this could be an interesting one. Why do you make?
There's loads of reasons why I make. One, because I've always been a maker. I've always liked making things. I have all these ideas. that pop into my head. Sometimes at night when I'm trying to sleep, these ideas come. So I have to act on it, and and I love to try new things. There's always something new that I've never tried that I want to try, and that becomes another thing that I tackle. Secondly, one of the other reasons why I do what I do is for my own sanity, really. Getting out here and making things. It kind of separates me from the real world, which is caring for the wife, which is actually in the chat here somewhere.
All right.
Shez, where is she? Pyro.
Hey up, Mrs. How are you doing?
She's called, how embarrassing. I forgot what she's called now. She's called,
Cheryl.
Yes, Cheryl. No, I know her name. I know her name.
Pyro Arts by Ches.
Pyro Arts by Ches. Sorry, but it's all right. She's changed it a couple of times recently, and I can't keep up. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, coming here for your insanity. And I like to inspire people. I like people to be able to learn from something I've made, or in any way that they can. If it's copying something I've done, or it's it's just influencing people into trying something new. It's my thing. Try something new every single day.
Yeah.
You never know, you might be good at one of them. Yeah. So
I like that acrylic stuff that you were doing as well, the acrylic pouring.
Oh yes, on that live, yeah, that was something new that I've not really tried. I've tried mixing resin in different colours and pouring it that way.
Yeah.
My neighbour next door, she says, "Well, why don't you try acrylic pouring?" And that was the first real time I tried it. So it turned out okay, but I learned a lot from doing that.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people in the chat that was like, "Well, you should do it this way." There's a few. There's a few in the chat now that do it, so I learned a little bit.
I don't think I've seen a video of anyone doing it. Not, the group of people that we know, but I've seen people on Instagram doing it. And it's just the process of doing it and how it works looks so fascinating. It's quite mesmerizing watching someone do it as well.
It is. I've watched quite a few different ones since doing that. Actually, since making those on that live, I've seen quite a few videos of people doing it. So that I've learned a lot from just watching. So I will get round to doing some more in the future. But at the moment, I've got about 6 or 7 projects stacked up ready. So
what do you do with things that you make? Do you sell them?
No. I mean, there is there's a place in Corfe Castle. I don't know if you've ever been to Corfe Castle.
But I've not been, I don't think.
There's a little trinket shop, jeweler type shop there that have asked me to put a box of stuff together so they can put it in the cabinet and sell for me. But I don't make things to sell, really. I mean, if I can get a bit of money off that, it will go straight back into my YouTube journey, because I have to fund it myself, or the wife helps me fund it. So but usually I don't make more than one item, because then I find it becomes a chore then. And then it's not enjoyable anymore, because it's it just becomes boring because it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. So, you got any questions? No, I was just trying to
I'm going to go straight in there and say,
go on.
What's the time 16? What's it all about?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So the time 16 is, I'm quite aware, and I've watched many videos on YouTube, and I've been bored to death halfway through, and I'll skip it to the end because I just want to see the end process. I've learned kind of what I want from someone going on and on and on and on, boring the hell out of me. So I thought, well, I'm going to times all my videos up by 16, so I keep the retention of the person it's more interesting. They can see over a faster time period of what I'm doing, and they'll more than likely watch the whole video. So it's literally times 16.
Yeah.
You know, the speed.
Right. Well, that's answered that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's really cool. So there's loads of people coming onto the chat here that are new names to me. Then there's some people, Yvonne Westwood is new. Hi, Rich and all. There were a few, back there. So there's obviously a community that you're involved with. What does that community give to you? How is it important to you?
It's important to me. I mean, I love the maker community because everyone in the maker community is a like-minded person. Maybe they don't make anything, but they're really interested in things that, things that are being made. I mean, if there's anything that you're unsure of or you want advice on, you've just got to put it out there on the make community, whether it's, the Facebook groups or just on Instagram, whatever. There's hundreds and hundreds of years of experience just in this make community. Someone is going to have an idea of how to help you.
Yeah.
But then again, I can give back that way as well by sharing my knowledge with people.
How important is your YouTube channel then to you in terms of inspiring people and sharing knowledge?
It's really important. I mean, I do so many things. I mean, the reason I don't call myself the Beard Woodturner or something like that, or don't put myself in a pigeonhole, is so that I can try all different things. So I'll have a go at something, and then if it turns out, then I'll share it with people, and I'll share the knowledge that I've learned by trying it. As far as wood turning, I've been wood turning over 20 years,
Right.
On and off. It's not 20 years in a row. There's been years when I haven't been able to afford a lathe, and I've tried all different types of lathes. So yeah, I mean, I can share a bit of my knowledge as far as my experience with wood turning and things like that, and carpentry, and obviously metal fabrication as well that I do. So yeah, if I answered it, I tend to go off on my own little.
That's what we want. That's definitely what we want.
We want to talk about. But, before we started, we were talking about you and Chris and anxiety, and obviously you're a full-time carer for your wife. So, as I've said so many times, whenever we ask makers, why do they make? It's often to help with anxiety or for their mental health. And, again, this theme has popped up. How does making help you get through the day, and what does it feel like when you're making and you're sort of stepping away from everything?
Well, it kind of resets your mind, your mood that you're in, and whatever is trying to trigger your anxiety, it kind of resets it, and it I wouldn't say it gets rid of it. I would say it kind of pacifies it, because you can take your mind away from that naturally onto concentrating whatever craft you're doing. Things like wood turning and that, it's dangerous. You need to focus on it. And things like Chris said earlier, the bandsaw, you kind of focus on what you're doing, and you put everything else to the back of your mind. But I find it's really important to get out here a couple of hours a day, just to reset myself, and then when I'll go and wake the wife up midday, and I'm kind of reset, So when I've dealt with the wife and she's happy, because the wife, she's a crafter as well. She does pyrography. So she'll say, "Well, can you go out and sand me this bit of wood?" So you know, I actually do come out here more than a couple of hours a day, you know. So I think she's got like 2 or 3 projects on the go at a time. So I'm always out here sanding bits of wood for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really important as far as a mental health, you know, for your mental health, it's important to just step away and, you know.
I'm just going to get a book. This is quite a well-known book, The Artist Way. And it's written by Julia Cameron. I think this has got back, my copy's about 1990 something, 1995. But she talks about filling the well, and it's sort of when you're having to do a lot of things or you're sort of draining your energy, it's doing something that puts back in. And I suppose making, for a lot of makers, fulfills that function as well. You know, replenishing and you know, you say resetting yourself. It's kind of like that, filling the well.
I think artists in general, we're all artists. You know, if you're a maker, you're effectively an artist in whatever medium that you're making in.
Yeah.
And I think looking through history, artists have always been a bit crazy.
We're just listening to a film actually on Netflix by Willem Dafoe playing Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
Is it At Eternity's Gate? I think it's called, something like that. So it's not like chronicles his descent into madness. But yeah, it's amazing how many so-called geniuses, you know, are walking that fine line between genius and complete lunacy. You know, so I like the fact that, you know, there's a bit of a lunatic in all of us, you know, although you can keep it under control and on the leash and you can channel it into your art and things. But I love the fact that everyone's got this, like, you know, like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. And today I'm going to be a bit naughty. And that's what you can channel that into your work. And, you know, it comes out in your work. It's like, completely agree with you, Rich. You know, we're all artists and we're all a bit bonkers as well as very creative and you know, free thinking. But yeah, I completely get what you said there, you know.
So you said you make all sorts of different things and you tend to do one thing and then do something else. Or do you have anything that you love to make? Is there any type of craft or what do you call them, a discipline that you particularly enjoy?
Wood turning, really. Wood turning is my main thing. But then the wood turning has kind of turned into carving as well, you know, and then it's then branched out into resin, because you can do wood turning along. Sorry. You can
Hey, thought we're being invaded then.
So you can do wood turning alongside carving and alongside resin work. It kind of all molds in together, you know. So, you know, it's mainly the wood turning thing.
I think you need to tell us about the resin.
What the resin I'm working on at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to share that. It's not a secret project, is it, Rich?
No. I've put this on Instagram. Right. So, okay. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Oh, ouch!
All right.
This is genuine, believe it or not. And many people probably haven't seen anything like this before, but this is genuine horse. Sorry, not horse. Genuine unicorn poop.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's all the unicorn poop, and this is all the funky resin that's holding it all together. So this is a project that I'm working on with. It's a collaboration with Doug from the Pole Barn Productions, but it's been giving me a few issues. It's been driving me mad, actually.
So what? Sorry to interrupt, just because obviously you're dealing with some blind slacker here.
Right.
Just describe what shape is it, and how is it mounted to the lathe?
So it's a basic bowl shape. It was a bowl blank.
Right. Okay.
I've put a mortise in the bottom of it, just a normal mortise, and I've made a kind of bowl shape at the bottom.
Right.
There is a sacrificial wood blank in the center with a wormwood screw.
Right.
That I've fixed it to the lathe with. So when this is dry, because I've put a load of aubergine juice and things like that on it, I'll flip it around and I'll start taking the center out of it.
Right.
But most of the center is a sacrificial blank,
right?
A wooden blank.
Mm.
The problems it's given me at the moment is because when Doug poured it and he stabilized the unicorn poop, there were still holes in between that and the resin that he was pouring somehow. I personally think it was methane maybe escaping that's created the bubbles. Yeah. But I've overcome it by a lot of sanding and a lot of polishing and a lot of filling up with super glue. I mean, you can see the super glue, it's gone white, but I don't care. It's going to turn out how it wants to turn out at the end of the day. I'm not a professional with this sort of stuff. So if it turns out nice and shiny, then I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, I think with these sorts of things, it's how you want it to turn out.
The wood turning, I wouldn't say the wood turning community, but I would say the wood turning snobbery out there. And this isn't any of my community buddies. There are clubs and things like that, and there's old timer turners that are snobbish when it comes to wood turning. Things have got to be done right. Things you can't have a mortise left on the bottom of a pot. It's all got to be turned off flush and it's got to be finished perfectly. Well, I'm not about that. I'm far away from that. If people don't like what I make, then they just don't look at it, do they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're a subscriber to the your workshop, your rules sort of, So what that means is, I'm not coming from a safety standpoint, but your creativity, what you want to have fun with, what you want to experiment with, and I'm thinking from the same page here. You have a lot of the, let's call them the round and brown brigade. Everything must be just a classic bowl with either a little spigot or a foot, or like you said, turn completely. There are a lot of people out there, but for those people that want to challenge ourselves and see what we can do, and sometimes use wood as a canvas. Nobody should belittle you for that or be down.
I'm a great believer in there shouldn't only be one way of doing something. There should be many ways of doing something, because if not, then it would get pretty boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course.
And this is the way we express ourselves, by doing things like wood, turning these things and these bowls and that. So there shouldn't be, well, you've got to do it like this. That's just wrong.
Yeah. I think that's it though. It's about the self-expression.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes making so interesting, because it's each person's take on whatever they're doing. Just on you for a second, I think we've got feedback. I'll mute you till we finish talking, then try that again now.
Yeah. So in universities, debate and discussion, is so much a key part of the evolution of ideas. That's how things evolve, by discussion and debate.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something in your workshop or on your lathe and it gets people talking, good or bad, it is evolving.
Yeah.
And there's a quote: once an idea is out there, it's out there forever.
Yeah, that's right. Good or bad, it's out there.
good or bad, it's out there.
It might follow you around for the rest of your life.
Discussion evolves us, you know, as artists, as a race, as, you know, mankind. It evolves. Yeah.
So tell us something that the maker community doesn't know about you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep any secrets, really. I'm transparent, you know.
Yeah.
I like to share everything with everyone. I suppose the only thing...
Oh, apparently you like fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah.
Who says that?
You
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I used to do fishing. I used to.
Yeah.
I don't have time nowadays. I like to do metal detecting, but everyone knows that I do metal detecting.
You're accident prone.
Yes, I am accident prone.
Keep going with those.
The list is growing.
Come on, anyone else? Tell us something. Wayne Bigfoot said it's a false beard. No, that hurts if I do that. Right, my middle name is Graham. There you go. After my dad's dad, my granddad.
Right, cool.
So there you go. No one knows that, but I'm proud of that. I'm not one of these that hides my middle name. I'm proud to be named after my granddad.
Yeah, of course, I'm quite right too. Yeah.
No.
Even if his name was Sissy, I'd still be proud of that.
Yeah. Well, you know, grandparents are quite special, aren't they? In most people's lives. So.
Did you inherit any skills from him?
My dad's dad was he was an engineer. So maybe that's where I've got my fascination of nuts and bolts from, and welding and things like that, you know. My mum's dad was a scout leader for 40 years or something like that. So, you know, I've got kind of picked both of them off there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just said maybe you're Viking also.
Oh, possibly. Possibly. I don't know.
Got the right look.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was going to have my daughter usually braids my hair. All this is usually braided because it's quite long. And then she shaves the sides for me. But no, look how great it is. That's why I shave it. So
got any other questions you'd like to ask?
Well, yeah, it's just one that I like to ask you. If you could only, you know, so like, because I'm, you know, predominantly a woodturner, you know, if you could only turn one thing for the rest of your life, what would you love to turn the most?
Bowls. Just resin bowls.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, resin bowls.
Resin bowls. Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9". Has anybody else got any questions they'd like to ask? I'm just going to have a quick look in the comments. There's been somebody's put sneaks wall art. I agree with all that's been said, but at first all I saw was professional woodworking. I was looking at my work, thinking, is it any good? But the response I got from other makers after a few years, I finally started to have confidence in what I was making and continue to do so. Yeah,
quite right. Never give up.
Journey.
Never give up. Yeah, people work at different speeds. They learn skills at different speeds. They have different abilities, different skill sets. You are capable of everything and anything. Always believe in yourself and never give up. And yeah, and for the haters and trolls out there, they're not worth a wallet.
No.
Last time, critics don't count.
Yeah.
If you look at Sneak's pictures on his Instagram, he's really good at what he does. Some of his artwork is just brilliant. I was actually talking to him the other day because I'm going up to do a Beard Invades in his workshop. This new series I'm working on.
Right. Yeah.
I'm nearly at the end of season 1 now, so Sneak and a couple of others left to do. But yeah, he's some of the stuff that he does is brilliant.
I've just followed him, so I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, Val.
There's some other questions. What size are your flags?
What size?
Yeah. No, he's got flags up on his hanging from the roof.
All right.
These are
ceiling.
I would say these are 6x14, something like that.
Okay, because there's Jen Woodworking things says she'll send you a US one.
Cool.
Why unicorns?
Unicorns, right. So we touched on this before we started, didn't we? I think, as far as I can remember, there was something I said or something I did in Primark with my youngest boy. When we get together and we go out shopping, clothes shopping or whatever, we're a complete nightmare because we'll just try on all the clothes. Men's or women's, we don't care. We'll have some fun about it and we'll record it as well. So, my son will try and embarrass me and I'll embarrass him, and neither of us get embarrassed at all. So it kind of gets out of control. So there was something that happened with a unicorn, and I can't put my finger on it, but it's kind of sparked off this unicorn thing from all around the world, to be honest. They're just everywhere. You know, I've got them up here, look, up at the back there. They're from Michigan. So, you know, but I love them anyway.
He's got a good 2 sticker boards, I think. You've got 2 sticker boards up there.
I've got 3 in total. I've run out of space on this one. So I've started on the bandsaw is completely full.
Yeah.
I've just started on a 3rd, which is this one.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that will go up somewhere. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of stickers.
Got one of ours.
Yeah, I think I have.
One of ours.
Can you see yours on there?
I can't see it from here, no. Well, if you've not, let us know and we'll send. Send them.
Okay.
So what else have we got? A couple of people asking if they're going to Harrogate. Steve Twidell said, I know you are Cheryl's primary carer, but what jobs did you have before becoming her carer?
I worked for immigration. So my job was to collect illegal immigrants from ports, lorry parks, police stations, wherever they've been caught, and take them to a removal centre or a prison. So I've been to literally every prison in the country. Also, part of the job was to take them and put them on an airplane and make sure they got back to where they came from. And I don't mean that in any racist way, because, you know, saying I'm putting you on a plane so you can go back to where you come from is the real job that we did. It isn't a racist thing, so I just want to get that out there. You know, so because someone's got to do it, someone's got to, you know, do these things. But yeah, I've been a doorman. I worked for a security company where I was, you know, doing events, extraction teams for events and things like that. I still actually volunteer for the security company where I go in and I teach them how to look after themselves against violent people, that sort of thing. So, but I do that purely to keep myself a little bit fit.
Yeah.
It's about once a month, I think.
Yeah. That's an interesting background, isn't it?
It is, yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's been really enlightening talking to you, because we didn't really know you that well. We just knew a little bit about you, and obviously we'd heard about you and seen videos. But it's, as I say often, it's really good knowing a bit more about the person behind the YouTube channel or the Instagram account. And yeah, I hope that we'll get to meet you again and be able to have a proper catch up.
Indeed, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I missed you guys at Maker Central. I saw you, but I was too busy on the gorilla stand to get away.
Yeah.
But I see you guys there, so hopefully we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. So it's been, just to sort of like cap off what Nicola was saying, it has been fascinating listening to you, Rich. I've listened to some of your wood turning videos and things, and you know, it is interesting. But the one I listened to wasn't sped up 16 times, which was good. So I was able to listen to what you did, and you were doing like the taking the innards out of a Bic pen and putting them in your own turned.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I've started to kind of dabble in with the voiceovers now. Now I've figured out how to do it on my computer.
Yeah.
Then I will be doing more because I've had a lot of good feedback from that voiceover video.
Yeah.
But the voiceover ones are going to be more instructional, if you know what I mean. It's not just a case, I'm doing this, but I want to use it as a instructional video. Yeah. So, and I think doing a voiceover, you've got no distractions of noises from the fan and all that sort of stuff. Have you? Just, you know, you can kind of talk really, really relaxing, if you know what I mean.
I think we did one, didn't we? I can't remember which one it was, but that was quite good.
Yeah.
Because I sort of described to you what was coming up, and then we recorded that section, didn't we?
Yeah, you'd say, "Oh, right, what we did here," and then that sort of like prompt me, and I go, "Oh yeah, I remember now," and then I was able to explain what we were doing. But it was good. We should do more.
Yeah. Well, it's been really lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for being our guest tonight.
Yes, and thank you very much, Cheryl, for jumping in and letting your hubby, I know, is very precious to you, and you like him as well. Thanks for letting him hang out. So, Rich, by all means, stay with us, and you can jump in if you want to shout any suggestions, or if people have got further questions, they can, of course, ask them and direct them to Rich, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you do have to jump, and maybe, you know, Cheryl needs you for something, that's perfectly cool. If you've got to go, you've got to go. But yeah, we're going to get on with our segment.
Yeah.
So
I'm just. Could you possibly mute yourself at your end? I think there's a little bit of feedback, and then if you need to jump in, you can unmute. You've gone now.
Hang on. Oh, there I am.
Can you mute yourself, or shall I mute you at this end? Oh, there you go. Great, wonderful.
Right.
It was just a bit of feedback, I think. So
okay, but yeah, if he can still hear us, can't he?
He can hear us, and he can then chip in.
Oh right, okay. So yeah. If you need to jump in, or you want to jump in, Rich, just come on board.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, mate.